The international banana business faces an existential threat from disease and in particular TR4 and black sigatoka. Now, to combat this threat, a number of companies have looked to develop new methods of crop protection to ensure their future survival. But that's an uphill struggle and something that companies are spending millions on every year. So other companies have looked to develop new varieties of banana. Cavendish dominates the offer around the world, accounting for the vast majority of commercially traded banana sales. But one company in particular, Innoterra, thinks it has come up with both a new variety and a new method of crop protection. And together, combined, it reckons that those solutions are going to make a big difference to the banana business. I had the pleasure of speaking to Lorenzo Marconato, who's the managing director, head of businesses at Innoterra, and he told me more about this exciting new project. So Lorenzo, just tell us who you are and what you do, who you work for.
Well, Lorenzo Marconato. I've been in this business for over 20 years. I worked with some of the major players before. Right now I'm with Innoterra. It's a group which has technology innovation at heart, and I look after the international business, which includes bioscience and business in rice and spices internationally, dairy and cattle feed in India, and a Chinese distribution trade space. And then we have an Apple marketplace, which is the core of the IT that we want to develop, and that is in the heart of our founders.
And you've developed recently a product called Innogreen, which is a new kind of banana, and it offers something very different to the market. Can you explain what Innogreen is?
Yes, it's very exciting for me to speak about it, right? So Innogreen is a mutation, a natural mutation of existing major varieties, so actually from Williams. And we discovered it in the Philippines. So our man, Roberto Barnett, is really a veteran of the bananeros that have been in the Philippines for many years, but all over the world before it. And we're very proud. So we really believe we found a solution, a tolerant variety to the TR4 fusarium. And the amazing thing is that the produce of it is really market compliant, and the production of it, the farming of it, is in line with actual standards, with a plus that is tolerant to fusarium. So we're really excited. We believe it has an edge on any other alternative that there is today in the market.
And just to be clear, Lorenzo, this is a natural cross. It's not come from genetic breeding?
Yes, that's the exciting part. This is nature-made.
Okay. And was this a chance discovery, or was this the product of expert research?
It's the two of them together, like evolution happens.
Yeah.
It's basically a man that has been searching the most infested fields of Philippines, which is one of more vastly hit by fusarium in the past history. And he discovered actually more than one variety. There's Innogreen is the one we're ready with, and we believe more is coming as a natural mutation from different varieties. So we're quite excited about it.
Yeah, this is very good. And as a company, you're not just developing and finding new varieties of banana that are resistant, you're also discovering ways to protect crops in a better way. Can you tell us a bit about that?
That's exactly. So we have a product called Banaxin, and that is natural microbes, microbial elements, which are totally GRXA, so they're totally generally recognized as safe. And we're so excited because they are really having an impact on fusarium, but funguses in general. And the impact it has is really amazing. So we can protect crops, existing crops even. And then of course, different level of management. So how you apply it. So we have developed different ways for applying it that can match the needs for the small farmers as well as the large farmers. So we're very excited about it as well. So it's actually going for production, commercial production soon.
Okay, so it's called Banaxin. Just explain a bit more about what is it made from? It's a natural substance, is it?
It's
or
organic.
Is it a man-made substance?
No, it's totally organic, nothing chemical in it. So we use agricultural accepted carriers for it, and it's microbials found in nature that have proven to be able to take care of fusarium, of the TR4. So we're very, very excited. We tested it in Philippines and in India, and quite excitingly so, in a very traditional application method without being sophisticated about it, they work. So it's happening.
That's great. And now, Lorenzo, just finally, you've worked for some big banana companies in the past, and so unlike a lot of people, you know the banana market very well. You watch the banana market. When you look ahead to the next couple of years, where do you see the kind of big changes happening in terms of supply, in terms of markets for bananas?
I think Southeast Asia is going to see a lot. We all observing it, right? It's shifting. Philippines has been hit heavily by disease and partially also by logistics after COVID impact. But in general, a lot of new farming is happening in Southeast Asia to satisfy the needs of the large market, especially China, which is developing very fast. And a lot of is happening in that space. So that is the place I'm looking at carefully, because we also see the disease, like Sigatoka and Fusarium becoming a major place for the green fields. Yesterday green fields, tomorrow fields to be managed.
And in terms of the demand growth for bananas has seemingly been happening more in Asia and maybe in the Middle East compared with some of the older markets in Europe, North America. Is that what you see? What changes do you see happening in terms of the market demand?
Well, the market demand is definitely growing in Asia in general, right? So India is also part of it. You have the largest population. The population growth is in Asia, and bananas are farmed to feed people. So there is no large growth of people in the Middle East, right? So you have, yes, more people can afford for better and for more, but in terms of numbers and tonnage, you really have to look at Southeast Asia. That is where the population is actually growing. So that is where things are happening.
So for a supplier, for example, like Ecuador, which is one of the biggest in the world, if not the biggest in the world for bananas, as they look to diversify their markets, maybe pushed by some of the geopolitical things that are happening, is that where they are likely to see the best growth?
I'm quite sure that is the case, and I see a lot of efforts happening into that direction. All terms, how to deliver better quality. The long transit time has been a challenge at the beginning. They're learning how to cope with it, and they're definitely eyeing the Chinese market in particular. But there are more markets that are coming and developing. I myself, I was one of part of it in helping developing even in Africa, right? Ecuador has potential to reach basically everywhere out of quality. So I definitely believe Asia is a target market for Ecuador.
And just to return very, very finally to the product itself that you're selling, InnoGreen, where do we expect that to be grown? Where can it be grown in the world? And how long will it take before we see that new improved banana on the shelves somewhere?
It is definitely a global product. We're starting from Southeast Asia, which is the most affected area, but we're quite sure the challenge is going to be widespread very soon, and everybody is equipped for it. So we're starting in Southeast Asia. The first plants for proper trials will be available starting end of February, March. So give it the time to grow a crop, and that will be definitely visible. We have major players. We have new large players showing a lot of interest developing into countries like Indonesia, Cambodia, and so forth. So it's really, really happening. So before the end of the year, we believe we might be able to send you a nice picture with a big smile and showing the result of our work.
Well, we really look forward to seeing that, and we wish you every success with it. Lorenzo, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank you very much, Mike. It was a pleasure.